Hello everybody and welcome to the Twilight European Network. And today we have the pleasure of having Yona Samuel with us. Yona came through the Family Resettlement Programme and the reunion, and we're going to talk to Yona about his experiences from the time he was in Uganda right up to today. Yona, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Madi.
Yona, if you could tell us a little bit about, you actually were in one of the refugee camps when this process started.
Yeah, indeed. I was in a refugee camp in Uganda, and the refugee was Rhino Camp. It was known as Rhino Camp Refugee Camp.
Right, and what was that actually like, if you could tell our viewers what it was like?
Well, I was a teenager. I remember quite a bit the experience over in the refugee camp. It's not a great experience that, like looking from where I am right now, it's not something that people from here will survive that much, to be honest. There's a lot of difficulties in the refugee camps, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't think that even when we see it on news or on European programs, we really do not get the full picture, do we?
That's true. That's true entirely. There's a small portion of what the camera captures to show the rest of the world than what is actually happening on the ground.
Right. Now, some of your family had already moved through the program through Ireland.
Yes.
And then you followed on. Is that true?
Yeah. So it was through the UNHCR. They had a program of family resettlement to another country, and my dad was one of the candidates that was brought to Ireland through those program. And then because some of his family was still in the refugee camp, he decided that he wants a reunion with his family. So that's where the process went on, and then he was reunited with his children.
That must have been fantastic. It must have been a great experience for you to meet up again.
Indeed, yes, after a while, yeah.
And now when you came to Ireland, you settled here in Kilkenny.
Yes.
And you then went into the Irish education system, isn't that true?
Yes, indeed. I started from, I was in a primary school back in Uganda, but when I came here, they couldn't put me in primary school. I was already a teenager. I had to go to secondary school. With my little knowledge, I speak a little English. I had to struggle with English. I started from the tech, and then from the tech I moved to CBS. That's where things started accelerating, and then brought me to where I am right now.
Right, and I know from the sporting scene here in Kilkenny and Carlow that you're an avid football fan, isn't that true?
Yes, indeed. I've played with a couple of teams in Kilkenny, and then since I'm in college in Carlow, I joined up with some of the clubs in Carlow as well.
Ah, excellent, yeah. And sport is a great way of actually meeting new Irish friends in other countries, isn't it?
I've made a lot of friends through the sports programs.
Now you then actually, when you finished in school, will you tell us what happened then? Because you finished your secondary level and then you went on to third level, is that right?
Yeah, it was in 2015 when I finished my secondary school in CBS, and then straight away I got an offer in Carlow to do my course in mechanical engineering, which I was much interested in it. And then I did 4 years in mechanical engineering. It was honors. I got great first class degree. And then straight away I got enrolled into the master's program, research masters. And it's a 2 years program, which I'm currently finishing. That's
fantastic. I mean, like, if you mentioned earlier on, like, if you look at where you are now from where you were in the refugee in Uganda, could you put that into words, like how it actually feels to get from where you are to where you are today?
It's a big thing. It's a big journey that I went through, and I'm glad that I can be at this stage right now, to be.
Yeah, I also know that you're being a little bit modest there as well. You actually do a little bit of teaching as well in the college?
Oh yes, with the master's program, because it's a research. As you're doing your research, you are enrolled into teaching as well. So you have to express your experience or teaching the lower classes, the undergraduate programs as well.
And is there many more people who came through your program that you would know of, or was it, were you one of few, or were there many people that came through that resettlement program? There's
many of us, because I'm originally from South Sudan. We we are brought from Uganda, from refugee camps. There's a lot of young people that came from, I don't know, the South Sudanese. There will be more than 20 of the young people of my group anyway that came through that program. And same as myself, they have maneuvered through the program itself, the education system, and some of them are currently working, and some of them are still going through the education system as well.
And overall, if I was to ask you, what is your, how do you feel about the program overall? Do you think it has been a success?
Indeed, I will greatly say that it has been a success. We wouldn't be to where we are now if it wasn't for that program.
And if we say we have young people who've come through the system now, and maybe they're only starting out on their education system, I know to us, I would view you from speaking to you today that you could be a role model. And what would you say to, say, the younger generation that are following you, that how they could stay within this program and one day end up with a master's like yourself?
It is what I could say, that there's a lot of challenges that young people currently are facing. There's a lot of distraction when it comes to education itself. There's a lot of things outside the education system that takes away your interest, or like these life challenges that you just want to go and solve those kind of problem, or go and do something, and then like not forget, but you're off your education system. So if you're strong enough, you might be able to finish, but if these other things, so some young people are kind of lower down and they wouldn't finish their education system. What I could say is that it is tough, but you just have to get to what you are interested in. If you're more into what you want to do, like if you know what you want to do from an early stage, that will help you maneuver through finishing off. But there's a lot of things that makes young people a little bit not be able to see forward, to see ahead of time what they really want to do, and that's why sometimes they will go and maybe do 2 years, and if they are not interested in that, they drop out, and then some years later, maybe they might consider going back and start from scratch, which is not a bad thing as well. But what I could say is that it is like how life tends to be. But yeah, just try your best and get and see what you're interested in it, and yes.
Well, I'll tell you, Yona, I know from our experiences of working with you, and you're a really good, strong role model for people of, not only people from your background or from the new community background, but also for Irish people as well. And I know you're very popular among the Irish community in the soccer as well. And I'd like to thank you for your time today. It's been very interesting. And to finish up, is there anything you would like to add to what we spoke about today?
All good. If I'm quite a little bit busy at the moment with my thesis, but you could contact me anytime to get on a chat and see what we can offer or how we can work together.
Yona, it's been a pleasure talking to you. That was Yona Samuel. Yona came through the Resettlement Programme and through the Family Reunion Programme, and you can see from his reaction today, and also from the fact that he came from a Ugandan refugee camp, and now he has his master's degree. That just shows you this programme is excellent. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.